Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Night 5 of the Toronto International Film Festival. My name is Jake Howell, and I'm one of the Festival Programming Associates here at TIFF, and it is my pleasure to welcome you all to this very special screening of Guns Akimbo, directed by Jason Lee Howden. To begin, we would like to acknowledge that this screening is taking place on the treaty territory of the Mississaugas of the New Credit and the traditional territories of the Haudenosaunee, the Anishinaabe, and the Huron-Wendat. We are grateful for the opportunity to work in this community. A reminder that this film is eligible for the Grolsch People's Choice Award, so to participate, simply go online to tiff.net/vote and cast your ballot there. Finally, the festival would like to thank Endeavor Content and Altitude Film Sales for providing us with this film, and a huge thank you to the New Zealand Film Commission for their generous support. Now, give it up. He's come a long way, so will you please give a very warm Toronto welcome to the director of Guns Akimbo, Jason Lee Howden.
What's up? Awesome. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming out tonight. I've come a long way from New Zealand, 21-hour flight. So, New Zealand. I'm really proud to be the only New Zealand feature film director at TIFF this year. Oh, I mean, there was the other one. Did you guys see that? It was Springtime for Hitler, was it? I don't know. It was all right. I'd just like to say a few thank yous. First to yourselves, the audiences, because that's you guys are the reason that we do this. And the film is no longer mine. Now it's yours. Have it. A massive thanks to TIFF for bringing us out here, and Michael for programming, it's so exciting to be here. A few more thanks. The New Zealand Film Commission, thank you so much. Yeah, is that someone from the New Zealand Film Commission clapping? The Bavarian Film Fund, Electric Shadow, Altitude. Thanks so much for believing in the film. Full Night's Film, Occupant, and Maze Pictures for producing the film. The entire cast and crew for just being amazing and like just putting in so much hard work to make the film. It's been incredible. My reps, Solko Suet, Rich Cook, and Jeremy Platt for they've been on the film for the most time, and they've always believed in me, and thank you so much, guys. Lastly, my beautiful wife, Sarah, who has been on the film even longer than them, helping with script consulting and making sure that the script is the awesome film that you see today. So thank you so much. And should we bring out the cast? Okay.
I think so.
Come on out. Not too bad. Yeah, there's a few empty seats, but these guys have all been amazing in the film, as you'll soon see, and I was so blessed to have such a talented and dedicated cast, and I'm sure we'll hear more from them in the Q&A. But thank you so much.
Enjoy Guns Akimbo. Oh boy. Would you all please help me welcome back to the stage the director of Guns Akimbo, Jason Lee Howden, and stars Dan Radcliffe, Samara Weaving, and Rhys Darby.
We'll all stand here. Okay, yes. That is on. Oh, good. Hello. Don't worry. They put them on the...
Come a little closer. Come a little closer.
Sorry to anyone who's near a speaker.
Hello.
Yes, hello. Thank you very much. Cheers,
Thank you
guys.
so much.
Thanks for coming.
Oh, look, there's people.
So before I throw it to the audience, Jason, talk about the genesis of this project. It's so fun. What were you playing? What were you watching when writing the script?
What was the question again?
What were you playing? What were you watching when you were writing the script?
I'm not sure. Like, I think in my mind, I had a lot of 80s action movies like The Running Man. It's probably obvious to people, The Running Man, and a little bit of The Terminator in there, the original Terminator, where you've got like a weaker opponent versus like an unstoppable force. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. Those were the big influences.
And I am going to apologize to the Strong Bad fans in the audience, but Daniel, how do you act with guns on your hands?
Oh, no, it's great. The thing is, as I'm sure you've probably heard actors talk about before, we never know what to do with our hands. And it solves that problem in a really brilliant way, because you just constantly focusing on something else. And I actually, my favorite moment in the film, and it's not, a big moment, but the moment when I get the phone into my dressing gown pocket early on took so long and so many takes that is still, I think, I'm very proud of the film and a lot of bits, but I literally applaud myself in my head every time I watch that moment. So yeah, it was very fun doing the stuff with guns, actually. Yeah, doing the hand stuff. Thank you, cheers.
And Jason, how do you direct that?
Well, I mean, it was sort of an organic thing, really. I mean,
you did also do it yourself.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I did practice at home, like with plastic water pistols on my hands with sellotape, and just like going around trying to make coffee, trying to piss. My wife comes home like, "What the fuck are you doing?" It's just research. But yeah, and I think I remember you and Elise, she took you through all these sort of prop things with the guns in your hands,
Yes.
and I think there's like a 7-minute video that I was just cracking up at. It was just hilarious.
Well, yeah, the first Elise, who I should give special mention to, who was at props, but like particularly a lot of her focus was on my gun hands. And we had a day where she just she'd marked all the things in the script, like you have to take your phone out, you have to try and make a call, you have to try and do this, you have to try and put shoes on, you have to try and put jeans on. So we were just like, okay, let's just see how much of this we can do. And I did get really good. Again, I should be talking about other things in the film, but I'm very proud of how good I got with the gun hands.
He was so good. Like, he was helping crew members. Like, they dropped gaffer tape, and he would
I would get it. I could catch stuff.
No, you're meant to be shit.
Yeah, get it. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about more in the film. If you have any questions, please raise your hand, and I will try to my best to repeat the question. I see one right here.
What was the makeup process for everybody?
Great question.
Question is about the makeup process. What was that like?
I feel like yours was
3 hours a day. But it was really interesting because of turnaround, I just decided I'll just go home with my whole body covered with tattoos. And it was a strange social experiment, honestly, because people would cross the street to avoid me. People wouldn't serve me in restaurants. I'd stayed at the same hotel, and I turned from this face to Nix's face, and they thought we were two different people, and that I was impersonating someone who was staying at the hotel. And at one point it was Daniel staying and Hillary Clinton.
Yes, yeah, we were at the same hotel as Hillary Clinton.
And
yeah,
they thought I was trying to murder them. So I had to prove very harshly that I was not there, that I was a part of a film, and that this is a costume, not myself.
Yeah, I had basically, it was one of those things where it started off being like a very, very long process, and then they just got so quick at doing, it was, it's amazing what they can do with prosthetics now. They're just like little amazing transfer things that go on really quickly, and so yeah, it was a long process, but they were, Sarah and Jane were
Reese
amazing.
had some cool.
Yeah, you had a lot.
Yeah.
Mine was all real. I was sort of down and out at the time. Thanks, man, because it was all over for me. I was like, fuck it. Yeah, so I thank you for that.
What real method?
No, Vinny did mine, I think. Yeah, Vinny, she's amazing. And yeah, I felt just such a transformation. And that I wore a 1980s ski suit. And I was like, what the fuck why would he be wearing that? And it just gave me so much of an idea of this character, because obviously the last great thing he did was go skiing. So he's got no idea what's going on. He's just so wasted. But anyway, yeah, it was fun. And man, you did have amazing dexterity with those guns. Like, I mean, it's like Cirque du Soleil shit. If you might see him in the future doing that with, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, we're here.
So as a director pitching this project to potential actors, how do you sell them on something so batshit insane? How do you react to that pitch?
Do you want to repeat that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's probably more about you guys, because I just pretend like it's normal and just hopefully can sucker people into the insanity.
Yeah, I mean, like, I didn't even view it as like that crazy. I was like, you know, yes, it's out, but it's like, it's a film. We don't have to be real. Like, it's great. We can do whatever we like. And there was something about, like, I saw that the logline was, you know, man has hands surgically replaced or adhered to guns, and I was like, okay, intrigued. What else? And then I think on, like, you know, on page 9 or 10, you get to the going to the toilet scene, and I was just like, yes, you are fully exploring the premise as I would want somebody to. You have established guns for hands, and now we are seeing how that works. And that was the thing. Jason's managed to write a script which is crazy, but it is also, like, self-aware and funny and grounded enough to, like, get you to, I think, like the characters despite their equal failings as human beings. But, you know, so yeah, I was not a hard sell on this one really at all.
So Jason has such a sweet face, but an insane brain.
I've been awake for 3 hours though. So.
Got it. Yeah, same.
Do we have any other questions? Yeah, sure. Questions about the choreography and the stunts. How long did that take?
Yeah, I mean, oh no, you guys are probably you guys were more over that. I mean, it wasn't as long as we should have had, probably.
Right. I think we did, like, 2 weeks of training with the stunt
2 weeks
department.
training, but the stunt team, they just knew what they were doing. They're such professionals. Honestly, we could have. And even Jason was saying earlier today that he decided he wanted Miles's character to just roll over a car on the day, sparingly, and they threw themselves into it, literally.
Yeah.
And it was brilliant.
Yeah.
It was my rental car, because no one else was going to sacrifice a car, so.
Thank you for that question, actually, because they are, like, the stars of the film that you never properly see. Like, Mark and Steve was our stunt coordinator, but, like, Mark and Jackie, like, did insane things for us in this film.
She took out, like, 20 people in one scene.
Yeah. And so, yeah, they were unbelievable. And, like, Mark, I mean, all of it, but particularly the one that makes me wince every time is the slide down the fire escape. That's really hard. That's the myth about stunts, is that they're stuntmen. There's a safe way of doing it, but actually, like, they're just very willing to hurt themselves for films more than the rest of us are. And so, yeah, they were amazing. So thank you for asking that. I keep looking up there, but I'm not sure if that's actually where you are. Yes, it is. Oh, great. Okay, fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, a little, like I said, like a lot of 80s movies, action movies, also stuff like Evil Dead a little bit, and maybe in some of the camera work. Yeah, I think that's about it. It's hard to say. It all just gets jumbled up in my brain and just comes back out as, like, yeah,
as a
some
film.
of it original, some of it plagiarism.
What's that thing? If it's been more than 10 years, it's a homage. It's not plagiarism. It's
All right,
fine.
yeah, cool. That's the cutoff. That's the cutoff. I think a lot of Paul Verhoeven movies, like RoboCop and Starship Troopers, like had that like extreme violence, but like a little bit of satire as well. Yeah, not comparing this to those movies, but that was definitely an
No, we're
inspiration.
just as good. We're just as huge.
With the way it ended, you left it quite open for possibilities. Are you ideas of making either a sequel or a spin-off of this character? Personally, I would love a spin-off with your character.
Same.
Yeah.
I would
I
recommend
think so.
watching-
I think that's the plan, right? It's going to be Glenchman with he's going to have 2 meth pipes on his attached to his hands.
I feel
It's
like we should mention, because it's not actually named in the film. His character is called Glenjamin.
Glenjamin.
Just so you know, to give the full context on that on Reese's character.
My friend was going to call his son Glenjamin, so I had to call a character Glenjamin just to save the boy's life, basically. So it's like, yeah, poor boy. Hello?
My question's for Daniel. I found that your character really posed kind of like a moral quandary because I was really rooting for him, but also he got into that situation by being kind of shitty.
Yes, I wouldn't say he deserves it, but yes.
Character made you sort of like empathize with trolls a little more. Like how does Layton make you feel about that type of person?
Yeah, I mean, not particular. I think there's a lot of people. I mean, yeah, I don't see him, I think, as one of the particularly dark forces on the internet necessarily. I see him more as just like somebody who has spent a lot of time in those areas and is more just like somebody who kind of gets bored and wants to fight, but not necessarily. Yeah, that's the thing. I found the moral quandary of him more just being this person who like ultimately like has to kill people and has to do terrible things that he is in no way would have, found like conscionable in the rest of his life. And after he's kind of like locked in a terrible situation with these guns. But yeah, no, I didn't think about that much. Maybe I should have more probably. But yeah, thank you.
We have time for 2 more questions. Yeah, sure, right here.
Okay, great film. I just have a question for what's advice you'd give for aspiring actors?
Questions about advice for aspiring actors.
I mean, I'm the worst person to ask about this because, land $1 million to one shot and get a franchise. But the thing I would say is that after if you were ever lucky enough to be on a film set in any capacity, which I hope that you are, just be really fucking nice to everybody and be really kind, and just because they're the people that because you will, if you're an actor, you'll be allowed not to be by some people, but it's really better if you just stay nice. Without just you're not the hardest working person on set, even though you're an actor. Everybody is there contributing equally to this thing, and so just remember that and treat them as such. Yeah.
It was really hard being mean to him for months.
I see a question way up in the balcony over there.
Could you speak about the soundtrack?
I don't think I need to repeat that.
Well, I feel like one of the key songs in the soundtrack you ad-libbed us into. Do you want? I mean, yeah. There was no originally. Cypress Hill was not a thing.
Citrus Hill.
Citrus Hill. And yeah, I mean that was
Yeah. So basically, in that scene that I did was mostly ad-libbed, and so I just for some reason I said Citrus Hill. For me, I love getting words slightly wrong. So I find it funny. And I feel like this guy, he was a big fan of this one song, and he didn't really know the name of the band. But he thought it would be cool to sound as though he did, and he knew the song, he loved the song, and it fits in perfectly. And then obviously when we did that scene, then afterwards, you managed to get the rights for the music.
Yeah, I mean, it became a thematic thing,
Yeah.
right? Because it's that moment where he's like, what should I do? What should I do? Right, the shit's gone down. I better get ready.
Yeah.
And he doesn't quite get there then, but his heart's in the right place. So, yeah.
Yeah. So sort of spiritually, as well as, my character who helped out, in a way, and myself as an actor helped out as well. I mean, as an angel, both.
Yeah.
As an actor and also as a person.
Yeah.
I'm humbled.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Guns Akimbo.
Thank you very much, guys. Cheers. This way? Okay, this way.